Good morning everyone. I am Luis CPC for batch 1 CSC first year. Today we will be discussing an important topic that is Indian Canada relations. So I'd like my team members to briefly introduce them.
Hi everyone, my name is Jayan.
Hi everyone, my name is Devi.
Good afternoon everyone, I am Ayush Chaudhary.
This is Shreya.
Myself, Pushpendra Singh.
I'm Ranjeev. I'm Ganesh.
This is Joyesh.
Hello, Shukla.
Today, I will begin by highlighting the independence relations of India and Canada. After the independence in 1947, the relations with Canada came to act as a bridge between India and the Western world. Their relationship was initially limited to some engagements, but soon in the years it was steadily grown. Some of the important key milestones were the signing of trade agreement in 1950 or the visit of Canadian Prime Minister in India in 1973 or setup of high commissions in 1960s. Bilateral cooperation has also expanded over the sectors like trade, investment, education, etc.
Yes, adding to the point mentioned by you, that there is a scenario of Colombo Plan as well. Colombo Plan was an initiative took by the developed countries such as USA and Canada as well for the development and aid procuration for the countries like Sri Lanka and India. At that particular instance of time, Canada and India did have some good relations as well.
So as Shreya and Ayush told about some post-independence incidents, I would like to mention a turning point that is nuclear test. So when India tested their first nuclear test, so at that time Canada used to provide nuclear resources to India. Basically they used to provide uranium for energy purposes. But after the test, Canada thought that India misused their resources. So this was the turning point. Due to this, Canada changed their foreign policies towards India.
Absolutely, gentlemen. Adding to the point, there was also a scenario of non-proliferation treaty. It was signed between various countries in which it was clearly mentioned that there should be a prohibition of the usage of nuclear weapons and ammunition for the sake of war and such kind of aspects. For that instance, India was reluctant to sign that particular agreement to get the incorporation from other countries. So it was also a turning point for the influctuation between the relationship of the bilateral countries such as India and Canada as well.
I am remembering a moment in the past of which moment is called Khalistani movement. Its main motive is to create a separate country for Sikh peoples. They want to create their own country and homeland, and they named it as Khalistan, the land of Khalsa. In late 1984, when Indian government implement Operation Blue Star, its main objective is to wipe out all the militants from Golden Temple, a sacred place for Sikhs. And later on, many deaths and damages is taking place. And on the same year, in 1984, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated by their own Sikh bodyguards. And later on, it becomes the main conflict in terms of relations between India and Canada, because the most of the Sikh communities outside India, especially in Canada, are supporting this Khalistani movement. And this later on becomes a problem for India-Canada relationships in terms of security and unity.
I completely agree with your point. I would like to expand on it. We all know Canada always speak through Khalistan protest, but India views on any support for the Khalistani movement as a threat to internal security. And also we know in recent events significantly string the India-Canada conflicts. So Trudeau always allegations so directly on India that India assassinated Randeep Singh Nijjar and they expel Indian diplomats. That was the main turning downturn for the India-Canada relations.
Let me add some other points. So, as my teammates told that India and Canada has been growing from last many years, they are making very big trades. So, let me tell about last year. Last year, the trade was of nearly $8 billion, and in this trade, I think there are products like electronics, medicines, and there are other services. But recently, because of some issue, as we know, these issues are nothing but these are the fake allegations, or we can say these are the primarily rooted allegations by the Canada on India. And these allegations is nothing, and these allegations are that some Indians killed their prime minister leader. So because of this issue, India and Canada has facing some relation issue, and this has impacted their trade, and not only this, the delays in visas and also student facing issues. This has impacted the economic market of both the countries. And in conclusion, I think in future the countries can make a better deal, and these issues will be solved.
I would like to highlight the important highlight of education and cultural collaboration between countries. Every year, thousands of Indians choose Canada for their next academic destination. But these students are not just there for seeking degrees. They bring their own perspective, hope and perspective hope to the country, and 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 they contributed in Indian society. Over the years, a lot of Indian in Canada, they might impact on Canadian culture. Now we can see a lot of Indian things in Canadian culture, like movies, Bollywood dance, and lot of Indian and millions of Indians are in Canada now. And I believe these education and cultural collaboration are the foundation of vibrant future between both countries and their diplomatic relations.
Yes, gentlemen. Adding to the point, I can remember a scholar named James Williamson. He once mentioned that there is a scenario that we are currently living in a matrix of complex interdependence, where the international relationships has a significant impact over the MNCs of a country, that is the multinational companies which are currently flourishing in India of Canada. And today there are about 600 Canadian companies which are which are seeking for the recruitment in India. So for them to flourish, both the countries should have a major and a very good relationship for the sake of India as well as the Canada.
I would like to bring your attention to the defense relations between Canada and India. India and Canada have outstanding, long-standing relationship based on some shared values of democracy. India has signed many defense agreements with several countries like Israel, France, Russia, and United States. These agreements share various activities like exchange of personal and financial aspects, trainings, and education, and many more. India and Canada have identified areas of cooperation like security, energy, education and research, and counter-terrorism. Overall, India and Canada relationship had a better had a India and Canada have a relationships and cooperation in related issues has a better foundation for a future collaboration. Future collaboration, we can by working together on security and defense issues. India and Canada can I would like to highlight the Khalistan issue and the diplomatic tensions. Canada President Justin Trudeau once claimed that accused India of killing the teaching nature. India has continuously denied these allegations and has expressed concerns over Canada's failure to act over this issue. The tension further escalated with the expulsion of the diplomats from both the countries. It has adverse effect on trade relations along with economic ones.
Yes, adding to the point mentioned by the lady that in the recent G20 held in India, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau tried to have a cooperative conversation with India, but India was reluctant to do so because of some hampered diplomatic and political relationship. So, being in ego, Justin Trudeau went to his parliament and mentioned the statement that the Khalistani extremist, that is Hardeep Singh Nijjar, was rained down by the Indian intelligence in Canada. So that was the aspect which led to some fluctuation in the relationship of these bilateral countries.
I would also like to add some point. Due to this incident, both India and Canada stopped their visa temporarily.
I would also like to suggest few ways by which India and Canada relations can be improved by strengthening the diplomatic engagements. And the first step would be increasing the diplomatic dialogues at all levels, government, trade, and cultural exchanges. They can also be improved by regular high visits by union ministers and also diplomats by addressing the community concerns. As we know, Canada has a large Indian diaspora. Both countries can improve their relations by focusing on the key aspects by which Indian diaspora are having problems there. By promoting trade and investment, Indian-Canada relation can be benefited economically by addressing all the profits by which both countries can benefit from. Like India is the fastest growing Indian economy, and Canada, which offers advanced technologies and expertise in various sectors, can help both the countries by promoting education and cultural collaboration. Both countries can improve their relations. So I think, in conclusion, India and Canada have a way bigger aspect by which they can profit both the countries and build a better relationship in the future.
Yes, adding to the point mentioned by Gunji, that there should also be a proposal of SEPA, the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which could lead to the trade exchange between India and Canada to skyrocket by 6.5 billion US dollar, and it also can lead to the development in the gross domestic progress of Canada, that is the GDP of Canada, by 5.9 billion US dollars as well.
So to wrap up this GD, we have discussed about post-independence relationships, trade relationships, defense relationships, and we have also discussed about some recent issues. So thank you all for your insights.
Thank you.